Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another session of Politics in the Car. And tonight, I'm going to follow on from last night's topic, cost of living. So last night, I briefly touched on all those little $2 fees that add up on your bills, and also I spoke a bit about small business and how to use the eftpos machine, they're getting charged a bucket load of cash, which is ridiculous because they're a customer that's using a service that's being overcharged, and that cost flows onto us. And I want to stay focused on small business, because you often hear that they are struggling, and they are, and there's a lot of reasons why. And I don't like small businesses being targeted, because small businesses are mum and dad business owners. Your local fish and chip shop, your bike shops in the local community, food takeaway, milk bars. And milk bars are on the decline. I loved going there as a kid. I still go to my local milk bar all the time, and it's close, it's easy, it's convenient. Yeah, it's a little bit extra, but I'm helping support a local resident. That's the main thing here, is that they're local community members. Their kids go to our school, they're part of our community, and they work damn hard. Like, we go on annual leave, we go on holidays, they're still there. That's hard. I couldn't commit to work that much. Like, that's just, my hat's off to them. I don't wear hats, but hats off to them. So tonight, I want to talk about rates, right? We can touch on rates for houses in another session, but this one is for small businesses. Now, I think something that really stuck out for me in Footscray was Ted's bicycle shop that closed down because the rates were getting too expensive. And this is something that really impacts small business owners. Now, people that have the corner milk bar shop, they pay their rates, and they've been there for a very long time. As land value increases, so do their rates. Now, rates in this country are just a rot. Like, that's my opinion. It's like, mate, I bought my house here. People live there for 20, 30 years. It's not their fault that land is getting expensive and they get costed out, pushed further out. Now, you go back 200 years ago, this is why there's this wealth inequality around land, because that didn't happen. That's why that inner city area, those houses and those lands haven't changed hands. They go into trust, they stay in the family, the portfolios grow. If you were to do that today, you can't. You couldn't afford it, right? They've had that 200-year head start, and we are missing out on that. But let's focus on the small business thing. And Ted's really, stuck out for me. I used to go there and buy bike parts and things like that. I didn't go there often because I don't really ride that much. I've got a bike, but it's not something I do all the time. But I know a lot of people, got a lot of mates that ride push bikes all the time, and they're really into it. And they used to go there, and it's quite upsetting that they've closed down due to something that's out of their control, right? Footscray's becoming gentrified. So is the broader West. And these businesses have been there for a very long time, and they're not generating the income. Like Ted's bike shop, it's a niche market. People own bikes, right? You're not selling this multinational corporation like Safeway, Coles, but then they're inside supermarkets. So they don't suffer the same ramifications of land value increases, and they're renting a property. Whereas small business owners have been there a long time. They bought that land and that building for maybe, bugger all back in the day, because nobody lived out in the West, or all the working class did. And it was a small community, and it's grown over and developed over the last couple of years. But my point is that with these increases in rates, business rates, it increases our costs. It makes them uncompetitive. So your milk bar has to keep increasing the price of milk, bread, eggs. But then it puts locals off going there because they can go to Safeway or Coles to get it cheaper. So, we're doing ourselves out here. And this is where policymakers need to step in and say, no, we're not increasing rates. This is a business. We can do that for houses too, and I'll get to that one. Don't worry about that, because the rate system is broken. But we really need to focus on keeping our community local, spending local, and supporting our mates, because that's what they are. You go get your paper in the morning and your milk, and you have a yarn with them. And that's what we need to focus on. So there's another cost of living we can start tackling today. Let me know your thoughts. Have a good night.